Our phone number is 936-344-1672, or you can find us on our webpage www.evglss.com. EVG Lone Star. If it's got wheels, we can fix it.
This was a proud sponsor of KNLY 91.1 FM.
You're listening 91.1 FM, The Boss.
We are broadcasting live from the Woodlands, Texas to the world. You're listening to the only multimedia FM station in Houston, Texas. Your Fusion Radio. Top 40s, dance, Latin, country, pop, rock and roll. All in one station. Mixing genres and generations. You're listening to KNLY New Waverly, Texas. 91.1 FM, The Boss.
The program presented are submitted by members of our community and are a proud sponsor of KNLY 91.1 FM. The views expressed do not necessarily reflect those of KNLY 91.1 FM and its affiliates.
Mixing genres and generations, all in one station. 91.1 FM, The Boss.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to today's Entrepreneur on 91.1 The Boss. My name's Isaac, and today I'm actually joined by Mrs. Nicole Buckman.
Yes.
From Corkscrew Barbecue, and located in Old Town Spring. Thank you for coming and hanging out with us today.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah,
or me. I'm so used to having my husband with me that it's always an us. My daughter's here, so thank you.
She's off camera, but she can come in here and say hi if she wants to. No, she doesn't want to.
She's
okay.
14. It's not going to happen.
So you're here to talk to us about Corkscrew Barbecue, and you are the
Correct.
operator.
Owner-operator.
Alongside-
GM, busser, meat cutter,
Everything.
whatever the restaurant needs, I'm always on it.
Right. That sounds like my boss that's here with us. He kind of does everything.
You kind of
too.
have to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get it.
That's just what you, like, when you're a boss, you should, for sure.
Just you and your husband just running around like chickens with your head cuts off, doing everything.
He's pit master and meat cutter, and then pit master all day long. That's what he has to be focused on.
Dang.
So I focus on everything else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where did you guys get your inspiration to start this place?
We started really out of our house. Mostly started with parties for friends. They just asked Will to cook for them, and we just started cooking. And all of a sudden, it was like he was doing it every single day.
Yeah.
And for everybody, and all his time was absorbed into cooking. And so I kind of just created a menu and handed it to him one day. And I said, if anybody wants an order again, this is what you give them.
That's awesome.
And he was like, okay, because I'm very nice. I like to say yes to, but he kind of says yes to everything. And so I'm okay with him saying yes, but he was spending all of his time doing that. He worked for AT&T, and I kind of wanted us to, we'd always wanted to start our own thing. And I was like, well, this is going really good. Let's make that thing.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Was it a pretty long process being able to get the restaurant started?
No, actually we once we really pushed it, we started really pushing it mostly on Facebook. I don't think Instagram was around in 2010. Maybe it was, but I don't know. We used Facebook. It's huge then, obviously. And we really started pushing on our Facebook page. And after about a year, we were ready to be in a spot.
Yeah.
Because we were in our house for a year.
Oh, you're doing it out of the house?
Yeah. And we bought a small trailer, and we were written up in Houston Chronicle as like the next big thing. And after that, it's just, that's when the explosion started. That's when we were selling out every day.
So y'all do run out of...
Every single day.
Every day?
Every day.
Wow.
Yeah. We do somewhere between 1,000 to 1,200 pounds a day. Depends on how many pre-orders and stuff we have. And, we run out every day.
Dang. I wouldn't say that's a bad problem.
It's a fantastic problem. Why? Because you're going to get fresh barbecue every single day.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's what you want.
Yeah,
you go to a cookout at your family's house or wherever. I mean, it's not like they're like, oh, I cooked this week ago and I just threw it in the oven. And
leftovers. Yeah.
No,
you're not getting leftovers.
You're
at Corkscrew.
getting fresh barbecue every day. So you get what you pay for. And that's kind of our thing. And we cook to capacity, but we also cook to the mental capacity of my husband and his assistant.
Yeah, you don't want him to get tired of doing what he loves.
No, we need him. He's very important. I can do all the sides and stuff, and I can smoke meats.
Yeah.
But I don't want to. It's very hot and demanding, and he has to get up at 4 o'clock every morning, and I'm not
That's
like a
dedication.
gracious person at that time of the morning, so I don't
Not
think
very
I
many
could do it.
people
No. And he's just happy all the time.
Yeah.
So it's perfect.
Dang, that's awesome.
Always.
Sounds like he really enjoys doing what he does.
He does. He's really good at
Mhm.
it.
How long have you guys been in business?
We started in 2010 out of our house, and we've been at the old trailer. We were there for almost 5 years, and now we're almost 4 years at the restaurant.
Okay, the one in Old Town Spring?
Correct.
Okay.
And we've been there almost 4 years. October will be 4 years. It's flown by.
Dang.
It's
Oh,
been
I
amazing,
can
flown
imagine.
by. Yeah. It's
What's
awesome.
What's your favorite dish?
Well, okay, so my two favorite dishes I would say that I ate more than anything or eat more than anything is probably I'm a lean brisket person. Most people are moist, but our lean brisket is moist. It's not what you get at a lot of places that's dry
Yeah.
and what most people know. It's fantastic.
That's actually why, and at least me personally, and probably a lot, like you said,
Yeah.
a lot of other people. That's why I choose the moist brisket,
Right.
because the lean is.
It always
well,
ends up
it's-
being a
it's
little
really
dry,
you know?
and it's not. I love it. I do lean brisket with potato salad together, like on top of it, or I'll do it on top of mac and cheese, which is also homemade. And the potato salad's homemade, and so I actually created a dish on. I mean, I didn't create it. It's not like it's crazy thought of,
Yeah.
but I put it on the menu. So it's 2 scoops of potato salad with a half pound of brisket on top, or 2 scoops of mac and cheese with a half pound of brisket on top, and it's phenomenal. It's phenomenal. I
that's
like to have at
amazing.
least one bite of that every day. But that's how I
Yeah.
make sure all the food's still good.
What about your husband? What's his?
He doesn't eat much barbecue because he's in it all
Yeah,
day.
that's understandable.
But he works out a lot, so I have to make sure he eats a lot of protein. So I think what he eats the most is probably turkey, which is fantastic, on our Caesar salads, or which the dressing is homemade also. It's made by Chef Austin of Tris, used to be Hubble and Hudson,
Okay.
but now Tris in the Woodlands, so he makes that for us. So that's
Really?
also homemade, and it's fantastic. And no anchovies, so don't worry. We have people who are like, I can't have it, I'm vegetarian. No,
Yeah.
no anchovies. So that or lean brisket on a baked
Yeah.
potato. Yeah.
So talk me through the process of cooking the brisket. It's
Okay.
smoked, and
So we trim it every night. The briskets are trimmed, and by our guy Brian, and he trims it, seasons everything, all the meats. The next day they go on at 1 o'clock. They sit overnight. My husband puts them on at 1 o'clock, and then they stay on till anywhere from 5 to 7 in the morning the next day.
So it's every single day. It's
Every
the
day.
same cycle every day.
Same day
Getting
cycle.
some fresh
Yep.
barbecue ready
Every single
for
day.
everyone. That's some dedication.
It's a lot. I know. I was always like, why did we have to start a barbecue restaurant? Like, literally, we're like, we're going to do a restaurant. Let's do the hardest one you can possibly open.
right. I mean, if I did a restaurant, I'd be like a sandwich.
That's what
shop
I
or
said. I'm like, why
something,
don't we
or
do like a sandwich shop?
make some cereal for a side.
Yeah, like just easy, easy.
But you know what? It seems like the community is very thankful for
They are.
y'all's
They are.
amazing food.
And we're thankful for them
yeah.
because they've been supporting us, since we started and really giving us a shot. And they wait in our lines, which, people say they're like 2 hours long, and they're not. They're not technically 2 hours long. They can be anywhere from 20 minutes during the week to an hour to an hour and a half on Saturdays.
Okay. Yeah.
Holidays, obviously, they're going to be longer, more people, more travelers, stuff like that. Summertime, it's going to be a little busier.
Yeah. Well, yeah, naturally.
Yeah.
So you mentioned that y'all run out every day, just about
Right.
run out. If I were to come in on a Saturday, what would be the best time to come in?
When we open. Or
just
before we
right
open.
when y'all open. Just get in
Before we
line.
open.
Before you open?
When we open at 11, it's going to be an hour wait on a Saturday. 45 minutes to an hour. By 11:30, it's going to be an hour, hour and a half. So most people get there 10:30.
Yeah.
And wait, and then they're at the front of the line. You sit down, they'll bring breakfast or play cards, drink
Yeah.
beer. hang out. It's fun.
Y'all have a lot of regulars, people that
We do during the week, especially a lot of ExxonMobil is across the street from where we are. Right there off 45. So we have a lot of Exxon. We have a lot of guys, professional construction, all kinds of stuff that are there pretty often. Our UPS guy, we know him. Tony. Yeah. We know him by heart.
Hey, Tony.
Hey, Tony.
Talking about you.
Yeah, he's always coming in. Great guy. I don't know our FedEx guy. I'm so sorry. But he is also a great guy. They all know when to come. Tony always comes right at 11, and he always comes right at 4. So it's like, yeah.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
That is perfect. Okay, so you said coming in before open. I mean, is that pretty much every day of the week? Or?
Yeah, there's always people there before we open. We don't, nobody comes in. We have an half acre property.
Okay.
So we have a huge outside area, which is covered in fans because it's hot. Yeah. It's Texas, so it's covered in fans and lots of covered areas too. Yeah. We put out numbers 1 through 26, and if you get one of those, you don't have to start lining up. Once those numbers are gone, people have to start lining up. So you could have to stand in line for 30 minutes before we open.
Yeah.
But if you get there early enough, you can grab a number, sit down. We'll call you and say, "Hey, everybody, line up," and that'll be 5 minutes before we open. And you just kind of get to walk up, walk in.
So y'all got this whole thing down to a science.
We have it down to science.
Yeah.
We do. After so many years, you want to be really conscious of your customers, and we try to really put ourselves in there as customers and say, "How would I want to do this? Do I want to?" I go to restaurants and they have patios and it's 102 outside and they don't have a fan.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you're in Texas. Like, get a couple fans, for your customers, and make it a little bit more comfortable for them to sit out there.
I've been to a few restaurants like that.
That's you make money out there, and people want to sit on the patio. We love sitting on patios.
Yeah.
And we'll go to somewhere else because we're like, well, their patio's too hot. We want to sit on so and so's patio.
I've been to a couple like that.
Yeah. So we try to just think. We have.
What would they like?
What would they like?
Yeah.
We have guys that there are bussers, but we don't consider them bussers. I consider them customer liaisons because they take care of. I know, I love fancy words. They take care of all the customers.
Yeah.
They go in the line while they're waiting in line. They get them beers. They get them drinks. Whatever they want. Coloring pages for the kids and toys for the kids. And we have a sandbox outside for the kids. So it's yeah, because we always went to Willie's Ice House when our kids were little because we could sit outside and eat, and they'd play in the sandbox, and
that's cool.
They had little game machines, and
keep the kids occupied while the grown-ups are
hanging
enjoying themselves and hanging out. I like that. Yeah. What about y'all's ingredients and seasonings? Where do y'all get that stuff from?
Rio Spice in Huntsville actually makes our seasoning for us, but it is our mix.
Okay.
It's ours. They mix it for us.
Okay. Y'all gave them the recipe and
and they mix it for us. Gotcha. We make all our sauces. Our pulled pork sauce, which is we call it our Texas vinegar because it's good on everything.
Yeah.
We make our own barbecue sauce. All the sides are homemade every day. All our meats are seasoned and trimmed by us. Anything that's in our restaurant. We don't even have freezers. We have a walk-in, small walk-in because we replenish every other day in our refrigerators, so nothing sits.
Yeah.
All the salads are made every morning. Nothing's even put together in a salad. It was just it's a box of salad or lettuce, and then we put everything on it as you order. Dang. So everything's as fresh as possible.
That's a lot more than a lot of other restaurants can say for sure.
People work hard for their money, and I know we do. And when I go to a restaurant, I want it to be good.
Yeah,
I'm giving you my money,
good
and it's
and
not
fresh.
like when you go to the grocery store or to say you go to Target and you get something and you're like, well, this is crappy, so and you take it back. When you're at a restaurant, it's like you take it home and you're like, you call them and they're like, okay. It's like, so you want it to be good then.
Yeah, exactly.
And if it's not, we want them to let us know.
Yeah.
So we know where to fix something.
Feedback is always important.
Absolutely.
You've got to have feedback.
You do, and you need negative and positive because the negative really helps you grow.
Yeah, exactly.
And the positive just keeps you happy.
Yeah. Speaking of growing, what do y'all have plans for the future?
We have a lot of plans for Corkscrew. They're a little bit outside of Corkscrew, but we have no plans of a number 2. We just are not planning on a Corkscrew number 2. Yes. We want to keep it good. We want to keep it fresh. It's hard to do without us there. We're always there. I left here left there to come here and like literally took my gloves off from cutting meat and grabbed my stuff and my daughter. And
I was actually thinking about it because about 2 hours ago I was like, man, it's noon and it's probably really busy over there right now. She's gonna have to stop what she's doing completely and come up to the station.
I was like, oh, let's just grab my laptop and everything to take home to go just to work from the house tonight. Yeah, because I didn't get anything done.
Your husband's okay working everything by himself for
we've got guys in the kitchen.
Okay,
we've got a staff. We got a full staff. So we're a little short. We are hiring. But he's got it under control. He has to do all his orders and stuff like that today though. So it's
what's your husband's name?
Will Buckman.
Will, you got this, Will. She'll be back soon, man.
You got this. That's him right there. The black shirt.
Okay. He looks like he knows what he's doing.
He knows what he's doing.
He really knows what he's doing.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Well, man, that's awesome. And you brought me, what was that? What did you bring me?
I brought you some moist brisket. I had a feeling. I could just hear it in your voice when I talked to you the other day.
That guy's a moist brisket
He's
guy.
a moist brisket guy. And some potato salad.
You were right, because I said it.
Yeah, you did. I was like, yes.
I'm looking forward to it.
Because you never know. Moist brisket people can eat lean brisket, but lean brisket people don't typically eat moist brisket because it's the fat that hurts their stomach or vice versa or whatever.
Yeah. So that makes sense. I mean, my wife, she is a lean brisket person, and I stick with moist. And my kids are just whatever we put in front of them.
Yeah. How old are your kids?
My youngest is 7, my son, and my daughter's 11.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, and they're big fans of Texas barbecue.
Okay, well you will have to bring them.
So I definitely am.
Yeah.
Keep them occupied in the sandbox too. Not so much my daughter.
No, the 11. No, she'll be on her phone.
Picking at the potato salad.
Yeah, exactly.
So, what all kinds of meats do y'all have? Like brisket,
sausage, pork, turkey, chicken, and beef ribs on Saturday.
Beef ribs.
Really, kind of everything.
Everything.
You know,
just anything that falls under the barbecue category.
Yeah, pretty much. We do
perfect.
barbecue tacos, which we make with our homemade green chili sauce, which is fantastic. We have baked potatoes. We have sandwiches with mac and cheese on them. That one right there, which is people's favorite. That's called the Big Willie, the one with the mac and cheese. That's a sliced beef sandwich. So that's our poncho. No, I'm sorry. That was the
that looks
bobbert.
amazing.
That's the whole hog. That's pulled pork, sausage, and a pork rib. And it's really good. Yeah, it's all of it. That's pulled pork sandwich.
I'm a huge fan of pulled pork.
It's really good. That's one of my favorites too. Is pulled pork.
Speaking of pulled pork, I spent some time on the East Coast. I've spent about 4 years on the East Coast, and I tried barbecue up there, and it not the same at all.
Not the same.
I'm born and raised in Texas.
Yeah.
You know, I was born in San Antonio, lived here my whole life, spent some time in North Carolina, and I tried some pulled pork. It's not the same.
No.
It's like they don't know what seasonings are and stuff.
It's much
I was
different.
Like, gosh, I miss home.
I know.
I need to go home and get some real barbecue.
I agree. I do love the pulled pork. That is actually
Yeah.
probably my. I go between the brisket and the pulled pork for sure.
definitely.
Yeah, it's definitely melts in your mouth. Also, on the meat side, all of our meats are farm raised. They're all no hormones, no junk. Good quality, highest quality primes you can get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's as a barbecue.
As
lover, that's
humane
what-
as possible
Yeah.
are the meats that we purchase.
Okay. And well, I mean, that's about it for today. Thank you for coming in and
Absolutely.
telling us about this. And the address is 26608 Keith,
As in the name Keith.
in Spring, Texas.
Yes.
So I know where I'm going to be going here shortly after we're done.
Good. Good.
So, well, thank you again
Absolutely.
for so much.
Absolutely. My
And
pleasure.
I'm going to go eat some brisket that you brought me. Can't wait. All right,
So
guys.
he didn't tell me about you. I'd have brought you some.
Well, that's it, guys. Thank you. Nicole Buckman from Corkscrew Barbecue in Old Town Spring.
Yes, sir.
Watch us live in our social media, Facebook Live,